Shalom, giving all praise to Yahweh Bashem El Shai Bashem Kakodah. Shalom to the 144,000 and rest of the elect out there. Shalom to you all. Anyway, I'll make this a short, excuse me, video entitled "The Jewish Encyclopedia Confirms that the 10 tribes of Israel came to the Americas." And even Christopher Columbus, as it's written right here, Columbus identified America with this land. So there was 2 movies that came out in 1992 commemorating Columbus coming to the Americas. There were 2. Both I saw both of them. I made it a business to go to the theaters and watch both of them. But the one that they speak about the most is 1492 Conquest of Paradise, I think it's called. I'm not going to go to it. Matter of fact, you know what? Let me do this. Bear with me for a minute. Movies on Christopher Columbus. Okay, give me a second. Let me do it this way. Movies on Christopher Columbus. See what comes up. Okay, so these are the 2 that came out commemorating 500 years from 1492 to 1992, which is 500 years. So these 2 movies came out in the theater. Okay, let me see. This is the first one that came out, starring the character that played Christopher Columbus. Wasn't a very well-known actor. I believe he was of Italian descent. He looked like Christopher Columbus. But in the movie, you had Marlon Brando. I believe he played Torquemada, if I'm not mistaken. But this was the one that got more fame. 1492, Conquest of Paradise, starring Debado. Let me see something. Bear with me for a minute. This one was called let me just click on this. Christopher Columbus, The Discovery. Okay, you see right here, starring Marlon Brando. This was the first one to come out. Then a couple months later, this one came out, which was more popular. 1492 Conquest of Paradise. Paradise meaning America, because America was a paradise before this man came over here and turned it into a wilderness. I'm getting the actor's name. Gerard Depardieu, which he's a French actor. And in the movie, he made a statement to one of the priests. So they were saying, "You're crazy. They're gonna kill you. You know, the earth is flat. You keep going. You're gonna, fall off the earth." And he said the earth is round. And so the priest said, "Well, how do you know that?" And he mentioned some books, and one of the books that he mentioned was the Apocrypha. So if that's based upon them having historians on set, then the historians say, yep, you know, Christopher Columbus did follow the Apocrypha, and plus he was a Jew. All right, he was a crypto Jew. All right. So now, let me open this up. And if I get a chance, I would like to watch the movie again, even both of them, in my leisure time. But he did mention, he didn't mention the Apocrypha, he mentioned he mentioned Ezra's. He mentioned Ezra's in the movie. Let me do this. I'm gonna do this. But anyway, so when you come back here, Jewish Encyclopedia, Arzareth, which in the Hebrew is another land, and they even mention Columbus, like I said. They mention this right here is 4th Ezra's. We know it as 2nd Ezra's. Like you have Maccabees, you have a 1st Maccabees, 2nd Maccabees, 3rd Maccabees, and 4th Maccabees, which I have read from the 4th Maccabees. So they're saying, well, we read the Apocrypha as the 2nd Maccabees, but they said it's in the 4th Maccabees. 13, chapter 13, verse 45. Columbus identified America with this land. So the new world that he went to, he said that that's the Americas. And who went there first? Who did he encounter? The 10 tribes. So anyway, I'm going to go back to this video that I just did. And the reason why I put this up, this is, if you go to JewishEncyclopedia.com, you look up the word Arzareth, Arzareth, and it's right there. So what this encyclopedia does is backs up what we're saying. So you don't say, oh, you guys just made, you black Hebrew Israelites just made it up. We didn't make up shit. And there's plenty articles on different rabbis and biblical historians of that time that they all, it was common knowledge that the people over here in the Americas, the original people, not the original, but the Aborigines or the what's the other word? Indigenous of genus gene. Indigenous means that the land that you go to, if there's people there, they're indigenous to the land. They're of the gene of that land. So Europeans will tell you, all Europeans will tell you that. Historians will tell you that. Oh yeah, the first people were the Indian people. And that was a name that they gave to the tribes. They called them Indians or indigenous. So now, I'm just going to let you listen to this. If you saw the video, I'm just going to let you listen to this. This is not it. Where in the hell is it? Okay, so just listen. And I wanted to do that so you can focus on, and you can look up this article, or you can actually go to this website, Jewish Encyclopedia. So I'm going to play this, a little segment of the video, and that's it. Okay, so Arzareth, JewishEncyclopedia.com. Let's just see what it says. Okay, it's getting interesting. Jewish Encyclopedia. Because you got them small houses that do tell the truth. There's small house out there that'll tell you in a minute that the original Israelites are black. I remember years ago, it was more than 20 years ago, it was on the news how this rabbi, a so-called Edomite, and give his synagogue away, and he gave it to a Jake. He said, this is the new rabbi, and it was a Jake. When you go back to the commandment keepers, they were mingling with the small hats. So let me read this. It says, the name of the land beyond the great river, far away from the habitation of men, in which the 10 tribes of Israel will dwell, observing this is from the Jewish Encyclopedia, so they tell the truth too, the laws of Moses, and tell the time of the restoration, the kingdom. It says, when you go back to 2nd Ezra 13, it says, and then they shall come, meaning all the tribes are going to come over here to America. And there again, what I said, the focus is here in America. There should be 1,000,001 camps all over, just like when you go back during the time of Claudius, which was the emperor of Rome, in Acts 18, they pushed out the Jews and the Christians out of Rome. Why? Because they were all over the place raising hell. You had the different prophets out there teaching, all right? It says, in time of the restoration. What does the restoration mean? The word restoration means to restore, right? To build, so you can understand. A restaurant, a reason why a food place is called a restaurant, because the word restaurant means to restore. You get a little famished, you see a restaurant down the street, you go in there and you eat, and then you restore yourself, right? It says, according to, according to 14, wait a minute. Okay, it's 13. This is 4. This is 4. I believe they're saying it's Ezra 4. Not 2nd Ezra, but 4th, which actually, if you got your Apocrypha, it's the 2nd Ezra. So they're saying it's Ezra 4. 13 and 45. So it's 2nd Ezra's chapter 13, verse 45. Start from 40th. Columbus identified America with this land. Wait a minute, let's read it again. This is coming from the Jewish Encyclopedia. So don't tell me that they don't have the truth. Read again. The name of the land beyond the great river, far away from the habitation of men, in which the 10 tribes of Israel will dwell, observing the laws of Moses, until the times of the restoration. We're in the time of the restoration. Hosea 6 and 2. And the 3rd day we shall be raised up. After 2 days we shall be revived. Another word for revive, synonymous with survive. So you have it. Like I said, I wanted to take this snippet, this segment of the video that I did, so you can, watch it. So like I said, they back up what we're saying. So we don't make stuff up, as Vocab Malone says. We make stuff. We just make up. Ariel's made up 12 tribes sign, and we're the only ones that push out the 12 tribes. What group do you know? What Christian group? What group? Catholics? What Israelite group? What group or groups bring out the 12 tribe sign? And that's the fulfillment of Ezekiel chapter 37, starting from the 16th verse on down. So, and then Vocab Malone said that the Paleo Hebrew, the ancient Hebrew is Aria's made-up Hebrew. The alphabet in all caps, that's a R. The symbol for R in Hebrew, you turn it sideways. Ba, Bayat, Ka, Da, and so forth. Za, right? Ta, Ra, Sa, or it's like Samak. Pa, La. This is Hebrew right here. This is your ancient Hebrew. So High Priest Ariel didn't make up no Hebrew. If you put in Phoenician Hebrew, ancient Hebrew, Paleo Hebrew, you're going to get that alphabet that you claim, Vocab Malone, that you claim that Ariel made up. It wasn't made up. It been around long before you've been here. So we know what the hell we're talking about. And we have other documents that back up what we say. Anyway, with that, I'm going to say shalom.